of pi, which is me, by the way. You probably know this because I'm so famous. Anyway, this is 1. Again, if you're probably watching this, you probably know. This is 5. This is 10. This is 50. 100. 500. And then 1,000. And this is every single Roman numeral the Romans ever invented. Every single symbol for the Roman numerals that the Romans invented. And this is literally the biggest they could do when still keeping the rules of Roman numerals. Right? Because it's 3,000. See before the 1,000 take 100. 900. Same thing with 10 and 100. 90. Sorry. 9. Okay? So it's the limit of Roman numerals, as my lovely text says down here. Okay? Right? This is equal to 5,000, which is, this is a notation that I kind of borrowed from another person's video. I can't remember which video, but I borrowed it. I'll put it in the description. But I'm expanding from this expansion, so you'll see why later. So this is 5,000 because it's 5 times 1,000. 5,000. Wada bing, wada boom. Okay? So this is 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, 500,000, a million. So this font looks really cool. It's Roman numerals. Anyway. I love this font. It's not my favourite font. Actually, it might be. I'll have to check that. But yeah, this is a million. Okay? Right? So this is a billion. This is a trillion. I know. What can I say? I do love big numbers. This then would be a quadrillion. Right? And I'll probably make a video of big numbers sometime else. It's my passion. It's my passion. Okay? Big numbers is my passion. Anyway, so this is a quadrillion because it's 1,000 times 1,000 times 1,000 times 1,000 times 1,000. 1,000 times 1,000. Yeah, that matches up. Okay, good. Right, but this is too long, so we can shorten this with a 4 because it was 4 lines. So now there's 4. Okay? This is 5. It's quintillion, sextillion, septillion, octillion, nonillion, and a decillion. Okay? So then this is a. I'm going to work this out. If I had to do it off the top of my head, a quintillion, probably. I'm not really too sure. I have to check that. Right, this is a centillion. Right? This is a. Big numbers. Whatever. Whatever. I'm making big numbers. Just stop it. Let it. Okay? Let's continue. So, this is 10 to the 1,503. This is 10 to the power 3,003. Or a millinillion. I know it's red, but you get the idea. It's a millinillion. Right? This is 10 to the 3,000,003. A micrillion. This is 10 to the 3 times 10 to the 3,003 plus 3. Called kilillion, I think. I have to double check that. Anyway. This is 10 to the 3 times 10 to the 3,000,003 plus 3. You get the idea, really. You keep stacking these 1,000s with lines. And the number of lines is an m with the number of lines of a million. It's a million lines on top of the number of lines that this m has, which is the number of lines on top of this m. And by m, I mean 1,000. Wait. Right, but this is too long. So, we're shortening it with 3 there, you see? Because 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3. Perfect. We can continue with 4, 5, and even 10. Yes, yep, I know my fans probably calling me for this is kind of representative decalogue. Yeah, I think it's anyway. I know. Let's just continue. So, and this is actually approximately equal, as I just said, to 10, arrow, 10. If you don't know what this means, I will probably be making another video on it, so just stay tuned. Right? This is 10 arrow 20. You can see that XX equals to 20. There's 20 here. This is 30, and I will not say that. This is 100. This is 10 to the 100. This is 10 arrow 500. There are 1,000. And we can keep. Hold on. This is equal to 10 arrow a million. And we can keep going. We can keep going. We can keep going. We can keep going. But until, well, let's be honest. This is a bit too much. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go to the other side. 4. And this is actually equal to 10 arrow 4. Very, very approximate. Right? So this is 10 arrow 5. You see the button? 5 there, 5 there. Continue. 10 arrow 10. 10 arrow 50, 10 arrow 10 arrow 100, 500, 1,000, million, whatever. And but again, this is a bit too long. So what do? Now we've got 2 lines and a 3. This is not 1 line and 3, this is 2 lines and a 3. Sound like Trump there. Anyway. So yeah, this is 2 lines and a 3. And this is approximately equal to 10 arrow, 10 arrow, 10 arrow, a million. Or 10 arrow, 10 arrow, 10 arrow, 10 arrow, 6. Okay? Let's continue. So this is approximately equal to 10 arrow, 10 arrow, 10 arrow, a million. Because I think what I did when I made this PowerPoint, I was a bit weird. I went again, I can't remember. Okay, you just got to deal with it in this scenario. Okay, I think I'm defining something new. Again, I can't exactly remember what I did when I was making this PowerPoint, all I was on. I wasn't on anything, but you get the idea. So yeah, let's continue with this now. This is now 5 arrows, the 5. 10 arrows, a 10. 50, 50, 100, 500, 1,000. Right? And this is also very, very, very approximately equal to 10,000. 1 arrows and a 4. We continue. We continue. Right? When we put this on the side, because again, this is a lot. This is a lot. Right? So we keep going. Keep going. Keep going. We keep. Hold on. New notation time. This is crazy. We've kind of tested the limits of our notation, so it's new notation time. 10 with a big boy arrow, 5, 4, is the same as 10 arrow, 10 arrow, 10 arrow, 10 arrow, 10 10, with 5 10 arrows and 10 on top, and then 4s down the side again. And I call this accurate because it's extended Cluth up arrow notation. Okay, let's continue. So this is equal to this. Let me go this. Let me go higher and higher and higher until, well, to this. This is repeated. Oh, and this is equal to Graham's number, by the way. And that's why I'll be stopping. Because, well, it's Graham's number. It doesn't really matter. And I will talk about what's past Graham's number in my big numbers video. I'm really hyping big numbers up. Just deal with it, okay? Just deal with it. It is in between, though. I did work this out. 10 arrow, 64, 3. And so double arrow, as in double arrow this, by the way. Right? Oh, yeah, I think it's. Again, I mean, just deal with it. Just deal with it. Just deal with it. Okay? I think it's meant to be repeated this. Anyway, this is smaller than G64, and then this is small, and Graham's number is then smaller than 10 arrow 65. So it's kind of in between these two. It's not exactly, but it's just somewhere there. Okay, lower bound, bound, okay. See you next time. Bye.